Yeah, yeah. What they saying? I'm so divine, I'm so divine. Imperfection, perfection, my presence shines. My mental is parasailing maritime. They say I'm destined to read the palm line. Yeah, I'm so divine, I'm so divine. Imperfection, perfection, my presence shines. My mental is parasailing maritime. They say I'm destined to read the palm line. Yeah, I'm so divine.
Welcome to another episode of H.G.R.G podcast. What's going on, fellas? It's your one and only Lance with D Team Just Jerry. What's going on, fellas?
It was good. Lance, you still with us?
Oh man, yeah, you know I'm here. You know I'm here. I ain't going nowhere. 10 toes down, baby.
You better not go nowhere. Nobody else is hiring. I know. I got it.
I'm here because I gotta be.
I'm here so I don't get fined.
I mean, exactly. You know, a lot of people, they talk about creative financing, you know, and a lot that you hear is the sub two. You know, and I think we should deep dive into, you know, what sub two is, what it means, you know, and how you utilize it.
If you're watching this, pay attention. Turn your TV up. If you're listening to us, pay attention. Turn your headphones up. I promise you, this will change your life right here.
When you say sub two, what does that mean?
We going right into it. I mean, ain't playing no games.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he saying sub two. To me, I know what it means. To a lot of people, right, they don't know what that sub two means.
Right. And before you answer that, DT, I wanted to say this. You hear a lot of stuff on the internet, but it doesn't mean that you're absorbing knowledge. You know, you're hearing, you know, keywords, you know, creative financing, sub two, and, you know, owner finance. You hear all that stuff, but do you know what it means when you hear it? You know, so sub two, DT, take off. Boom, good.
All right. So sub two basically means subject to. Simple. Yes, sir. If me and Lance make an agreement that he lets me borrow $100 and I have to pay him back $10 a week until I pay him his $100 back, that agreement is a 10-week agreement for $10 a month. I can subject to that agreement to Jerry. So now I'm going to tell Jerry, you got to give Lance the $10, but I want 2 or 3 on top of that.
That's right.
And if Jerry agrees with it, Lance now looks at Jerry every month for his $10, and then I look at Jerry for $2.
Yes.
Or I could just say, hey, Jerry, I owe Lance $10 a month here. You pay Lance $10 a month and I'm out the deal, but you're subject to whatever I agreed with Lance.
Sure.
You got to make that payment on the same day that I agree with Lance, because the agreement that I have with Lance, you are now subjected to. That's what a subject to is in layman's terms. Now,
right. and that was a great breakdown, bro. That was simple. That was simple, and for the fans, they would understand.
You say I agree?
Yeah, he definitely.
He think he's smooth with the shit he be saying on the podcast. like nobody caught that. I caught that.
He said a lot enough. I'm just saying, he said a lot enough.
Yeah, but he said it real smooth though. I don't. He moved up the shit out that. You know, but go ahead, man. I'll let you continue. My bad.
Nah. It was simple enough so that everybody can understand. That was great. Yeah, my fault.
I agree. So basically, you know, this is one of those ways. You know how on the internet, Lance, I'm sure you go into this hard. We all can. You know, zero money down. You don't need no money to get involved with real estate. You could do it for free today, and you could become a millionaire tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You hear this preached regularly. Like, you see this all the time. I see it. And if there was a way to do it, this is the way, right? I hope that catches your attention. So if there's a way to get involved with real estate with no money, like you have zero money, you got bad credit, you're just in a bad situation. Like, life just hasn't been good to you, or you haven't been good to life. But today, you decided to tap in and pay attention to what we're saying. This could change your life. No money out of pocket.
You can make millions off of this.
We charge a very respectable fee to teach this. So we're going to try to give it to you guys as best as we can without deep diving, because obviously we don't want to do ourselves a disservice, but we also want to give something to the people so you can, get something out of this, right? And if you don't, it's on you, because it's a playbook, and we all three of us are living testaments that this works.
This is the reason. My fault.
Go ahead.
This is the reason why when you guys give us anything on the books, meaning you have no credit, you have minimum cash, you really don't understand real estate. This is all when we say it doesn't matter where you land on a totem pole, we got you.
Yeah,
because we can make it work with whatever we got going on. Yep. This is one of the situations that we're going to explain that you don't need no money to get into this conversation. Yeah. And people are making millions off of this.
Absolutely. There's people, you good, that's a good point. There's people that we talk to during our free consultations. If you tap into H.G.R.G.club.
That's how you do it, brother. That's how you do it.
We booking consultations, you know what I'm saying? And we give this information away to people who are, affluent, maybe not, who don't have money, whatever your situation is, like what Jerry said. But during that consultation, some people are like super discouraged. Like, I'm not there yet. I got to do this much. I don't see myself being in place till maybe a year or two from now. And that's when we got to be like, oh, whoa, let me tell you where you're at. This is what you're calling us for this, right? So let us tell you where you're at and what you could possibly do right now. Yeah, of course, you don't have that bankroll of 20, 40, 50, 100K, but you do got this opportunity. You could do this. And I'm not talking about driving for dollars. I'm not talking about cold calling. I'm not talking about none of that. So let's make sure we differentiate the wholesaling aspect.
Someone that's listening is going to ask them, what you talking about?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right. And you see a lot of people who give this away, they kind of convolute both things. So some people, it's hard for them to separate what it is, right? So let's be clear. We are not talking about wholesaling. We are not talking about driving for dollars, and we are not talking about cold calling. Subject to. It's so unbelievable that it seems illegal. It seems like it's not even real.
First time I did, I definitely feel that shit.
Let me tell you how real that it is, but it seems like it's not even real. That doesn't make sense, but I'm going to try to make it make sense. So I did a deal. Actually, I didn't do the deal, but I spoke to somebody about this type of a deal. They're currently still trying to negotiate it. It's somebody who their mother-in-law has a property that she can't sell. It needs some work. And she took out a mortgage on it, like refinanced it. So she owes like more than the house is worth, essentially. So I told him, find out how much she owes, find out what her interest rate is, and then let me know. So he tells me, I'm just going to give you some basic numbers. This is not his real math, but just for the conversation. So let's just say she owes $40,000 on the house. The house is probably worth 30. So if he gave her 40,000, he'd be overpaying for the house, right? So she would need more than 40,000 on a sale to sell it and break even. She'd have to pay the realtor, and then the mortgage plus whatever taxes and closing costs are they come with that. So I said, listen to what we're going to do. We're going to sub to this deal. What is that? He said. I said, let me explain it to you. Her mortgage is, she owes $40,000 on her mortgage. Her payment is $427 a month. She has a 3.2 interest rate. You're going to take her mortgage over. So every month, wherever she has to pay her mortgage, you're going to now pay that mortgage. Now, and your name is going to go first on the deed. So you're going to transfer the deed because now that property is yours. You're going to take over her mortgage. Her name is still second on the deed. So you can't do nothing without her. She can't do nothing without you. That's how you guys are both protected.
Right.
Okay. How much money did he come out of pocket?
Zero.
427 next month.
Yeah, that's it. He's got a monthly payment. There's no money out of pocket.
There's somebody living there. They pay $600 a month.
We out of here, bro.
Now he makes $173 a month.
So he just purchased the property, right? $0 out of pocket. First month, profits $170 minus. Let's be clear. There's a attorney fee for the paperwork is $670. So he has $670 invested. After the first month, it'll be like $400 or whatever. No, $500. I'm sorry, because he makes $170. So for $500, he just purchased a property that is currently worth about $30,000. But if he puts about $15,000 into it, it'll probably be worth $70,000.
So then he could do a refi, cash out. He could sell the property.
He can do refi, cash out. Or he can do a HELOC, right? Because he can do, like it's a lot of variables there. But let's do another one. Do you get that? I was going to ask you.
Let's bring it back real quick.
Yeah,
because someone might go, okay, listen, that was somebody, because I want to talk from the listener's point of view. All right, so I don't run into somebody's grandmother every day, or some lady that's upside down that's that needs some help. So how do I find these deals?
So let's go a little further than that.
I don't know if I want to get that up. That's a lot of sauce right there. Go ahead though.
But so we're gonna use real terms. Use buyer, seller, negotiation, mortgage, banks. Use that now in your example, because right now all you're giving me is grandmother, grandfather, brother, sister. Give me the wording that I need to know. How did that work? How did that work? The banks were not involved. How the fuck that happened? I pay mortgage to a bank that doesn't know who I am.
I see what you're saying.
I have a deed that I have it, but who has the title? All this is involved, and nobody understands that. So I need all that information.
I got you, Jerry. So let's take the same.
Let me be the host. That's what you're trying to tell me.
No, I don't need you to be the host. I don't need you to be the host.
I'll talk to him nice.
Let's take the same exact example.
Let's do it.
Now let's go through the legalities of everything. How do you make it yours? Who do you call to transfer the deed? How does the mortgage get paid now? Let's go through all that.
Okay. I'm gonna try to do it in a way where it's like a blanket, because in different states there's different policies, right?
Absolutely.
In different states, when you do this, there has to be a third party who pays the mortgage in order for it to work out for you. So let me give you an example.
Like a company.
Yep. So seller agrees to subject to their property with the buyer. The buyer agrees to pay the seller's mortgage, but can't do it unless there's a third party company that the buyer pays the third party company, and the third party company pays the mortgage company. Right? Because it's illegal in certain states to do certain things and whatever. So you just got to make sure that whatever state you're in. Nevertheless, it can work. Like it can happen in any state, like any state. There's no state you can't.
If you have the third party paying it, and you're in the state that you could pay it, it does not matter.
No matter.
This works.
Right.
This works. Just so we're clear.
Yeah, just so we're clear. There's companies that have been established to do just this. Like, this is not like you're paying, like Danny's not paying Lance for Lance to pay Jerry on a handshake deal. No, this is like an establishment, a company that is trusted. It's a bank. You pay that company bank, that bank pays this bank, and then everything's good because it's through a third party.
Yes, sir.
Right? So some people are going to listen to this and be like, they lying. I would call your attorney.
I'm telling you, when I first did it the first time, I thought we were lying. I thought it was illegal.
I promise you, your attorney might not even know how to do this. That's how it is. That's how, like, it's like a hidden gem, pun intended. It's such a hidden gem. Let me tell you. It's a hidden gem. Let me tell you how hidden it is. And God is my witness. I can't make this up. The same deal. I go to the attorney, right? I tell the attorney, this is what I want to do. My first attorney said, I don't know if you can do that. I said, okay, you don't understand that law. Then, okay, let me call somebody else. Second attorney said, I know you can do it. I just don't know how. So two attorneys, and they're they're real estate attorneys. Like they're not like criminal attorneys that are doing real estate on the side to fill in the blanks. No, they're real estate attorneys. So I call a gentleman that does wholesaling on a high level in my market that I respect. I would say kind of like a mentor to me, but not really a mentor. I just watch him and pay attention. He doesn't really like teach me and whatever. But anyways, long story short, I call him. Listen, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. He's like, I've never done that before, and I don't know how to do that. But if there was somebody who knows how to do it, it's this guy. So I call him. He's like, yep, absolutely. You can meet me Monday at such time. So I go with the person I go with the buyer now for this property, and we sit down. He's like, hey man, I know you told me on the phone what you want to do. Just, describe that to me again so I understand it, and then make sure that what you're doing is the right way. So I tell him, this is what we're doing. He was like, I swear I can't make this up. This is on my soul, my kid's soul. He said, 10 years ago, I wrote this contract up. When I learned this, you're the first person that made me pull it out my drawer and gave me the contract.
And this contract was?
An assignment contract.
Gotcha.
To do the subject to deals. It was, to me, I was like, I can't believe, and I'm not in a huge city, but the city that I'm the first person, and you're like one of the only attorneys in the city that understands how this works. I couldn't believe it.
That means nobody's doing it, bro.
Nobody's, that's my point. Nobody's doing it.
Nobody's doing it, bro.
Wholesaling? Bro, wholesaling, it's oversaturated. It's oversaturated.
I don't want to cut the story, so go ahead. I just want to know. So
that was really what it was.
How do you find these people? Who are these people?
I don't think we want to give that up on this part. We usually listen. We usually keep it super transparent.
Are we H.G.R.G out here?
I tell you what.
I think this is probably the first time in show history that I've interrupted like this to do this.
Lance, let me interrupt you because I think this is gonna be. I think we'll all agree to this. If people comment in on this episode enough, if we get enough people to comment, not just one, but a couple that are like, yo, tell me more, right? We'll do a webinar just for this.
Okay. All right.
And those people who comment
get invited.
Let's say the first 5, we'll give them free entry to that webinar.
Okay.
The first 5.
No,
I'm cool with that.
That takes traction though. That takes people to interact. We're not going to just give this away because it's too much. It's a lot, right?
I wanted to stop it. I know this is the first time H.G.R.G has said, hold on, wait.
I was not be shocked myself. I ain't gonna lie.
But the reality is that
the mentorship, the one-on-one you getting right now, you getting what people pay.
Right. So we got to find that, and we want to respect the people that do sign up with us and stuff like that, and ask these type of questions. And we
are like, yo, I had to pay for that. You giving it up?
Hey guys, I was giving it up. Yeah, me. I'm down with the calls. I'm sorry.
My man's grabbing his microphone and everything. It's the first time. All kinds of first times right now in this podcast. Listen, we're gonna name this podcast Crazy right now because this is the first time this has happened. But the reality is, let's
bring it back. Let's bring it back. I apologize. I was getting ahead of myself.
Let's bring it back to the legality of everything, right? Like how do you get a deed transferred? Because you found the deed.
So there's 2 things though. There's a title and a deed. When you say you put that my Hancock on the deed, what happens to the title? Are we giving that information?
No.
I can't do this episode, guys. I can't do this episode, bro.
This is how dope a sub 2 is.
Fuck.
I just told you a story where the attorney
he said no.
I swear to you, I can't make this. The person who was with me that is in the middle of this transaction he's gonna watch this. I promise you, he's gonna watch this, and he's gonna be like, yo, he's not lying. He's not lying. Because he looked at me like, it is real.
This is real. I'm telling you, it's real.
And then
this is the reason why we touching on this, because it's out there. but it's not out there. And you guys don't understand how powerful this is.
Mm-hmm.
You could get into real estate with $0 and have a house tomorrow.
Facts.
And didn't do anything
tomorrow, but you
know what I meant. You know what I meant. But you have a house in a week, in 2 months, whatever. And but you didn't do anything but pay $600 for it.
Yeah.
Boy, I don't know.
You know, two things I want to say. So this gentleman who was with me, I don't want to obviously put too much out there, but he's the type of person that I don't have to say it twice, and he knows that I don't, you know, I don't play. I'm not out here to play, right? If I say it, it's probably real, like 100%. So that's one thing. Number two, we also had, and I don't want to put this person's business out there too. One of our alumni took a course on this. After they took the course on it, this is prior to them joining H.G.R.G alumni. Part of the conversation was, you know, obviously, how much did you pay? What'd you get out of it? You know, are you happy you did it? Blah, 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 blah. And there was a lot of great feedback from the program, what she did. Everything was good on the program. So there's no knock there. But the practicality portion, how do you make it real here for you? And that's where it was like, there was like a disconnect there.
That's where it fell apart. Yeah.
That's where there was a disconnect, right? That's where it was like, man, they got to do better there for that person. You know what I mean? Or for the program, period, right? And that would be my constructive criticism for whoever program designer or whatever that she invested in. Just do better for them in those places that, you know what I mean? Make it real for them somehow. Nevertheless, now that we have that familiarity with this, that's a different aspect that now we can make that real for that person.
Absolutely.
Yep. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole different thing. And we can't give up too much because like I said, this is something that,
but to be clear, this is not wholesaling.
No.
This is not cold calling.
No.
This is not nothing that's hot right now on the internet and real estate when it comes to wholesaling and whatnot.
And you could get paid for just being a part of it.
Let me ask you a question. Why do you think wholesaling and subject to are intertwined?
Because you can wholesale subject to deal.
Okay, there you go, guys. Because I wanted that connection to be made.
And right? He just said it though.
You hear them as the same.
Yeah.
Because he mentioned that before. He said he could be the middleman and get $2-3 off of it, and make Lance pay us. I'm the mortgage. He'll pay the mortgage and he'll pay Dan $3. The $3 off the top. That is a wholesale deal. He just told you that. But in lame terms, because we can't talk because this is so
just think about the benefits of I don't want to. That's not like this is like there's so much that I don't want to give up too much, but just think about how beneficial that deal that I just explained, that we just explained is. You don't have to go to the bank. There's no credit check. You don't have to show no bank account. You don't have to have a job.
It ain't got shit to do with you.
You don't gotta have
to be honest with you. Other than the subject, it ain't got shit to do with you.
And hold up, Lance. Not only that,
go ahead.
Not only that, you're getting a mortgage at 3.2%.
That don't change.
I don't
exist today.
Bro, you did not talk about credit, cash. I have to see somebody. Boy, what the? This is like
you're subject to those terms.
Yeah.
You're subject to those terms. If they pay $460 a month and their interest rate is 3.2, that is yours.
Let's talk about the intricacies of each person. Then the seller
doing too much.
The seller, I got to, man. I got to give him some sauce, bro. So the seller.
I feel like we gave him sauce. Wholesaling and subject to is not the same.
That's it.
It's not the same. Up, Jerry. Everybody keeps putting it in the same bed. It's not the same.
You're not gonna fucking mute me, motherfucker. I'm out here, B. I'm out here, B. I know the difference. I want my peoples to know. God damn it! No,
go ahead. Go ahead.
But real talk.
No, we give it up. Go ahead.
So the seller, the mortgage stays under the seller.
Yeah.
Okay. So the seller. Okay.
Hold on 1 second. As the buyer, so people get it, I'm leveraging the seller's credit. not
okay. Boom. Okay.
Seller's credit.
I give them that sauce. Okay.
It doesn't hit my credit. It doesn't. My name isn't even involved with any bank and nothing. No credit.
It ain't got shit to do with you. That's what I keep trying to tell you.
So why would I let you do that to me?
As the seller?
I'm the seller, and I'm like, whatever you're doing, it doesn't benefit me. How does it benefit me?
It does benefit you.
It does.
I know. Tell me what it is.
So you go ahead, Lance. You speak a lot more.
I mean, yeah, depending on your situation, if you can't afford your payments anymore on that mortgage, right? Why would you want a bankruptcy or foreclosure? Excuse me, on your
or both
on your. It doesn't make it or both,
yeah.
Right? Why would you want that on your credit report? You understand how hard that is to shake it off and start new?
I just watched the episode with Be Good. And Be Good, the credit gentleman. If you don't follow him, you should. Be Good Financials on Instagram. He said that the biggest red flag that anybody can have on their credit score is of a bankruptcy, right? And this is something you can do to help somebody get out of that, right? Before they go there, right? Also, the foreclosures.
Foreclosure got to be a close second.
Yeah, but it's, that would be kind of like close to a short sale. So you could do them. You could do them. You just got to be a little bit more seasoned because there's time frames and stuff like that involved, banks and shit like that. So there's levels to this subject to thing, but everything what you're saying is definitely relevant, Lance. But how does it benefit people? Number one is it's like kind of like wholesaling. Well, not like wholesale. So a subject to deal. Let me give you another one. If
I'm trying so hard to give out information,
I'm trying. If you look on, you know what, G, I'm with you, G.
Hey, yo, guys, I'm gonna pull it out of these motherfuckers. I'm gonna get you guys to say something. I'm gonna get you guys. No, go ahead, my fault. I'm just talking shit, bro. Okay.
Going on here?
My man.
Nah, but
let that microphone today.
I know he's having fun over there. Nah, but listen,
I know. You know why?
Go to like Craigslist, right? Zillow.
Are you giving this up?
Yeah. I'm gonna give it out.
Absolutely. We're not giving it out. I was joking, bro. We're not giving out the source, bro.
I don't know. You want to swim in the water right now?
I was just talking shit, bro. I don't want to don't get out the source, bro. People pay for that shit.
I pull cards out here. You want to play?
Don't pull out my card. I work with you, nigga.
Listen, guys, I'm gonna say this. Listen, guys, I'm gonna say this. Listen, we'll do a webinar. Hit the comments.
Let's keep it particular though.
Hold on, I'm not gonna let you do that. I'm gonna give this up. Listen.
Okay, go ahead.
Craigslist. This is what we do. We give away free game. We've been telling this to people forever, right? They don't listen anyway. So the people who watching this, hopefully y'all listen. It don't matter who you are. If you don't subscribe, comment, whatever, that's fine. We giving it away. It's here forever.
At least subscribe.
Your Lance.
Listen, Craig, go to Craigslist, go to Redfin, go to Zillow.
If he blames me, it can't be me. I said stop. I'm just letting you know. All right. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro.
The floor is yours.
Anywhere where they sell houses, where you see, on the internet where you can find houses that are listed, right? Even on, like I said, Craigslist. Properties that are for sale and they've been on the market forever. 90 days, 300 days, 400 days. There's probably a reason for that, right? Overpriced. They owe more than they can sell. The house is worth more than they're selling it. So they can't sell it. Those are the people who you could benefit. If I'm selling my house for $300,000, but its market value is $220,000, $230,000, nobody's going to give me $300,000 unless the land is desirable and, whatever. It's a miracle.
They think the neighborhood's going to turn or something like that, and they'll be able to get in the long run.
You know who? Longevity.
You know who will give them $300,000?
Us. Us.
If we see it,
the reason is
if it makes sense.
So the idea with that is, and this is the last thing I'm going to say because I'm giving away a lot.
Yeah, I know. You don't blame Jerry. No way.
On a subject to deal, the idea is that you want to be a problem solver, right? You want to find people who have a problem with their property. either with their property, with their lifestyle, with their situation, whatever that looks like. A simple problem could be that you owe more than the house is worth. I'm willing to give you more. I'm willing to overpay for the house. But in return, you have to give me the terms. So if I tell you your house is only worth 220, 230, right? I'll pay you 300. But you got to finance me for 50 years or 35 years. Or I'm going to subject to your mortgage that you owe 220 on, right? I owe you 80. Now you got to owner finance that 80. And I need you to owner finance that 80 for 20 years. Who else is going to give you $80,000 worth more than the house is worth? Nobody. Only me.
And if they do, you're going to have to find that. I'm trying to give it to you right now. What's up?
And I'm your answer today.
What's up?
I'm solving your problem today, but you have to give me the terms. You don't have to, but that's the only way.
And then somebody would ask, well, how do I make money off that? You know, okay, so now I'm overpaying and forget it. Listen, I'm not gonna keep asking these questions. I'm sorry. It's done.
But let's keep it.
The biggest question I think we got to answer though, because I want to make this. I know anybody throughout this episode.
Let's do this one and let's we gotta wrap up this episode because
this episode is trash, bro.
Biggest problem that anybody who's watching this episode who stayed and paid attention this long is gonna say, yeah, but if you got a mortgage through a bank and you subject to it, that bank can call that loan. And then what happens? That's the biggest question that people are going to ask. What they should ask, right? Because if I go get a mortgage and the mortgage is between me and Wells Fargo, right? Mm-hmm. Wells Fargo puts a lien on that title, on the deed, title or deed for the property, until I pay that off. And that agreement is between me and Wells Fargo. So if Lance tries to subject to my agreement between me and Wells Fargo, what happens if Wells Fargo finds out and says, okay, Danny, now you got to pay me whatever you owe me today or by a certain date? What happens there? That's how things can get crazy. And that's the worst thing that can happen. Right?
Yeah.
That's the worst thing that can happen. That's the worst thing that can happen. In this deal, that's the worst thing. Anybody who really has a little bit of experience and understands how banking works, that's the worst thing that happens. Is there a resolution? 1,000%.
There you go. We ain't gonna tell you here though.
I'll tell you here, but I promise.
Check out H.G.R.G.club. You know, this is what I'll tell you. This is why I love H.G.R.G, man. The shit that we do and the stuff that we say. You know, we give it to you. This one here, we may have ran into, you know, an issue where, you know, that's something that we give people. I mean, listen, when we really deep dive, we can't really deep dive into it because it's given too much and we've had people pay for this information and we want to respect that. You know, we're starting to get bigger. We're starting to get more clients. So we're going to have to learn to respect, information.
So what you're saying is you change it.
No, we ain't changing it.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
We're transparent about everything. But the reality is that, I mean, we can't start giving lessons.
Yo, hit me on Just Jerry. I got you guys. You know what I'm saying? Hit me
on. But listen, the big thing I want to make clear real quick before we go is that wholesaling with the cold calling and driving for dollars is not the same as subject to. Period. That's the biggest thing I want to distinguish here. You know,
and then also with wholesaling, right? With wholesaling, just to kind of make sure we make that full circle. You really can't. It's really hard to wholesale with no money because earnest deposits are required. Also, if something happens with your new buyer, you got to close on that property.
You can be locked in, yeah,
right. Unless you have a contract that allows you to back out, which not a lot of people. And I see people online that they give away free contracts that put that stipulation in there. Nobody's signing that. Like, not a lot of people are going for that. That I have.
You might get one.
Yes.
Out of 10.
Yeah, because you're buying a property at a discount rate, right? You're asking for 14 days to decide whether or not you want to do it, and then they're going to give you the leeway to try to wholesale that, and then you're going to make paper off of that. You know, it sounds good, but I just want to make that clear out there. But this subject to thing, you could do with money, and you could do with no money. It's literally just signatures.
So that's the conversation. So the conversation is an agreement from the buyer to the seller. The seller still has to deal with the mortgage, but the buyer and the seller has a negotiation that surpasses the mortgage, and they don't have to. He doesn't have to, or she doesn't have to talk to the bank to pay the mortgage. So a subject to is favorable for you if you have zero money, because you don't even got to deal with the bank or put a down payment or deal with closing costs is here and there because you have to deal with attorneys. But besides that, it's free, bro. I'm sorry. I'm trying to use my words delicate because I can't give out information no more. So, but I'm not no real talk. No real talk. This shit is valuable. We're tiptoeing around this because we give it to our students and they pay for it. And it is what it is, man. We can't give everything for free. If we give everything for free, then we just idiots.
Yeah, listen, but you get a lot. We're not apologizing. You get a lot. You get a lot from us, baby.
I'm apologizing.
Lives, podcasts, we get apologizing. Sure. But listen, guys, come mess with us. Go to H.G.R.G.com. Like, subscribe.
If you don't fucking subscribe for this shit, man, I don't know what to tell you, baby.
And
this
you also,
right here.
Yeah, and also just think about the way we break it down, the way we make it real simple, spoon feed. Like, this is on a podcast, in our mentorship program, we do kind of a similar thing, but we got you on the screen or you a couple people on the screen, and literally you getting what questions you want, and we give it to you right here, right there. So this is valuable information that if you don't take advantage of it, shame on you. It doesn't change what we're doing, but I'm just saying this is when you say, yo, nobody takes time to explain it to me. Nobody takes time. I wish somebody would tell me this. I wish they would have told me that. Well, all your wishes are being answered right now. All you had to spend 35, 40 minutes to listen to it. That's it. What does it cost you? It cost you time.
It wasn't as detailed as we wanted it to be, but we gave you the gist of it.
But you can get that though. Just book this free consultation.
Absolutely.
Book this free consultation.
I just want you guys to understand
where you at.
We gave you the gist of it. We gave you, to be honest, we gave you what the world is giving you. They give you the little nuggets. We gave you little nuggets and a little extra on it.
They do that in 77,000 videos after you pay $10,000.
That's the whole thing. That's what I'm saying. So
you know what I'm saying?
Just mess with us. And if you really want to talk about subject to, please book that call. We can definitely help you.
If you have an attorney, or if you don't, Google search a real estate attorney in your town, your city, and just say, "Are you familiar with subject to deals?" Just to see what they say.
Yeah, listen. Once again, from our mouths to your ears, man, we brought you another one, and we're gonna keep bringing it to you. So we'll see you on the next podcast. All right, take care.
Subscribe.
Yeah. What they saying? I'm so divine. Perfection, my presence shines. My mental is parasailing maritime. They say I'm destined to read the palm line.